and welcome to this Learn English elementary recording brought to you by the British Council. To find out more and to access language activities and audio scripts, visit our Learn English website at www.britishcouncil.org/Learn English.
Hello again, and welcome to Learn English Elementary Podcast number 5. I'm Ravi from Manchester.
And I'm Tess from London. We're here with Gordon, our producer. Hello, Gordon.
Hello.
And as usual, we've got lots of interesting things for you to listen to. But first of all, do you want to know my big news for this week, Ravi?
Let me guess. You're going to be the star of a brand new Hollywood movie. You won the lottery.
Not quite, Ravi. I've got a cat.
Really?
Well, it's just a baby cat, a kitten, but yes, I got him yesterday. Oh, he's gorgeous.
It's a boy cat then?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get him?
Well, my friend Kate found him in the street, and Kate's already got 2 cats, so I said I'd take this one.
What colour is he?
Well, he's only small, but he's a brown tabby.
What's a tabby again? Is that the stripy one?
That's it. Tabbies are the ones with sort of dark stripes, like a tiger. Oh, he's really lovely.
What are you going to call him?
Do you know, I just don't know. I've got lots of ideas for names, but I can't decide. I thought maybe you could help me. What would you call a cat?
That's a difficult question. To be honest, Tess, I'm more of a dog person. I've never really thought about names for cats.
You don't like cats?
Well, it's not that I don't like cats. I just prefer dogs, that's all. Anyway, I've got an idea. Why don't you call your cat Gordon?
I don't think so. I need to think of a name soon, though, really. Anyway, let's move on. Let's start with I'd like to meet. If you're listening for the first time, I'd like to meet is the part of the show where someone tells us about the famous person, alive or dead, that they'd like to meet and why. This time round, we've got Olu with us. Hi, Olu.
Hi, Tess.
Where are you calling from, Olu?
From West London.
And what do you do?
I'm still at school, in Year 12.
OK. And who would you like to meet, Olu? Who are you going to talk to us about?
I'd like to meet Didier Drogba.
Drogba? The footballer? Chelsea? You do know I'm from Manchester, don't you, Olu? You know, Manchester United.
Yeah, well, it's not just because he's Chelsea.
Come on, Olu. Don't listen to him. Why would you like to meet Didier Drogba? Tell us something about him.
Well, he's a footballer. You already know that. And he's from Ivory Coast in West Africa, and he plays great football.
And do you like him because he's a good footballer?
Well, I do. I like the way he plays, and he scores some great goals and all that. But there's more than that. He was born in Ivory Coast, but he moved to France when he was 5. He went on his own to live with his uncle. Imagine that. A 5-year-old boy moving to a new country by himself.
Wow.
And then he went back to Ivory Coast, but moved back to France a bit after that. His family were really poor, you know, and they had to move around to look for work and that.
So, did he start playing football in Ivory Coast?
No, in France. And this is another thing I like about him, see? Most players at the really big clubs go there when they're quite young, but Drogba played for a few years with small teams and worked his way up through hard work. He was 26, I think, when he went to Chelsea. But anyway, what I like him for most is that even though he's made it now and he's got loads of money and that, he really hasn't forgotten where he came from. He does loads of work for UNICEF. He's like an ambassador or something for them, so he does all this charity work. You see, my dad came here from Nigeria when he was really small, and I've never been to Africa, but all you see on TV is about problems in Africa all the time, so it's really good to see someone who comes from somewhere like Ivory Coast doing good things, you know.
And Ivory Coast were in the World Cup in Germany, weren't they?
Yeah, It's the first time they've got to the World Cup finals, and they did okay. Drogba was African Footballer of the Year as well.
And what would you like to say to Didier Drogba if you met him, Olu?
I guess I'd say thank you to him for the work he does for Africa and for showing people something good from Africa. And for scoring all those goals for Chelsea.
I don't know about that. But that was great, Olu. Thank you.
And don't forget, we'd like to hear from you, our listeners. Tell us which famous person, dead or alive, you'd like to meet and why. Email us at learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. That's learnenglishpodcast, all one word, at britishcouncil, all one word, .org. That's O-R-G.
I'll tell you what, Tess. Why don't you call your cat Didier? That's a great name for a cat.
I don't think so, really. OK, now it's quiz time. What is it this time, Ravi?
It's something a bit different today.
Ooh.
We've got our two players joining us on the telephone, I hope. Hello, Vanita.
Hi, Ravi.
And hello, Jason.
Hello.
Jason, where are you from and how old are you?
I'm 15 and I'm from Durham.
Near Newcastle. That's where Carolina is. What's the weather like in Durham today, Jason?
Not great, really. It's a bit cloudy.
Oh dear. How are things where you are, Vanita? Where are you?
I'm in Plymouth.
OK, Plymouth. We've got opposite ends of the country here. Durham and Plymouth. It's north against south. Sorry, Vanita. What's the weather like in Plymouth?
Not too bad. Quite sunny.
OK, better than Durham. Right. Do you both know what you have to do?
Yeah.
I'll explain for our listeners. I'm going to ask Jason and Vanita some questions. To answer, they press any button on their phone and we'll hear a buzzer. Let's hear yours, Jason. And yours, Vanita? Great. Now, the quiz is called Beginning With. Your answer has to begin with the letter I give you. So if I say, for example, a sport beginning with F, you could say football. Let's have a practice run to begin with. Fingers ready? An animal beginning with P.
Oh,
Jason?
polar bear?
Yes. OK then, let's play. First 1 to 3 is the winner. Ready?
Ready.
OK then, let's go. A vegetable beginning with L. Jason.
Lettuce.
Right, 1-0 to Jason. A colour beginning with Y. Jason again.
Yellow.
Right, 2-0. Come on, Vanita. A bird beginning with E. Vanita.
Eagle.
Yes, well done, Vanita. 2-1. OK. A sport beginning with G. Jason.
Golf.
Yes, that's 3 for Jason, so you're the winner. Well done, Jason. And bad luck, Vanita. He was just a bit quicker than you.
Oh, yeah.
But never mind. Well done to both of you, and thank you both for playing. Now, Tess, a cat's name beginning with...
I wish I could decide. Remember, listeners, that if you've got any ideas for games we can play, we'd love to hear them. You can send them to the usual address. Right, now then, the next part of our podcast is Our Person In, the part of the show where we hear from different people around the world. You'll like it this time, Ravi.
No?
You like Lord of the Rings? Graham Baxter is our man in New Zealand.
When I was a boy and I first read Lord of the Rings, I dreamt of visiting the places Tolkien, the author of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, created. Hobbiton, Middle-earth, Mount Doom. Now, finally, I have found all of these places here in New Zealand. Peter Jackson, who directed the Lord of the Rings films, was born in Wellington, the capital city of New Zealand. When he was looking for places to make the fantastic worlds he needed for his films, he knew where to look. New Zealand has all kinds of scenery, and you can see a lot of it in the 3 films. The green hills of Matamata became Hobbiton, and the Queenstown area became the Eregian Hills, and lots of other places, all with a little bit of help from computer magic. People in New Zealand are proud of their country's star role in the films, but they are also happy at what Lord of the Rings has done to bring tourists to New Zealand. After the 3rd film in the trilogy, The Return of the King, won 11 Oscars, the number of tourists who visited New Zealand went up by 8%. More than 1 billion people have visited the Lord of the Rings website. Fantastic publicity for this small country. For me, this is my boyhood dream come true. A tour of the amazing worlds of Lord of the Rings, and all right here in New Zealand.
Great! I'd love to go to New Zealand. I've always wanted to go.
Oh, me too. The scenery sounds amazing, and it always looks so green in pictures.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Don't forget, listeners, that we'd love to hear about the scenery or countryside in your country. Is there a special place you like to go, or some especially famous countryside? You can write and tell us about it. As usual, the address is learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. Go on, why not write? We're always happy to hear from our listeners.
Now for your turn. This time, since I've got a new cat, we decided to ask people a very important question. Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? It's a very simple question, but people have very strong opinions. Let's hear what they said.